Hi everyone, Landry here with Etheridge Counseling Group in Charleston, South Carolina. Today I'm talking to Claire about why January is one of the most supportive and natural times of years to begin therapy or return to therapy after a pause. The quiet of winter, the emotional clarity of the holidays, and the sense of a fresh start all create the perfect conditions for meaningful inner work. And Claire wrote such a helpful article on the website about this at etheridgecounseling.com. Claire, in your article, you describe January as an emotional exhale, which I love that wording. What shifts do you see in people once the holiday intensity sort of settles down?
Yeah, well, the holidays are crazy, as we know. It's just busy schedules. We're all out of our routines. There's tons of events. People are traveling. It's just kind of a whirlwind. We're not really in our normal life for about 10
Mhm.
months. And so once that all settles down, it's like we all can collectively take a deep breath. We've gotten, it's been probably some highs and some lows, but overall, it's a lot of energy expended over the past
Mhm.
couple of months.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so it's a time where everything just kind of slows down. People are want to rest and recuperate and take down the decorations and really just take a deep breath and kind of get regrounded in life.
I love that. You mentioned that patterns often surface during the holidays, often like negative patterns, things like loneliness or overwhelm or relational conflict or tension. How can therapy help someone unpack these things once January arrives?
Um, Yeah, January is a great time to unpack some of those things because we often are around family members during the holidays, and that can trigger old family patterns or past wounds that might not have been healed. And it can just really bring up a lot of emotion for people. So that all kind of gets activated during the holiday season, and then we all come home, settle down, and we're kind of left with the like emotional residue. And so it's all kind of at the surface, and it's a great time to kind of settle in and start to work through some of that pain that's, pretty fresh. And then you also have the time to do it because it's a slower time of year.
Yeah, I love that. You highlight the power of beginnings, and how our minds respond to a fresh start. Or maybe you could say even our nervous system responds to a fresh start. What makes this time of year particularly supportive for deep therapeutic work?
Yeah, so our minds, yeah, definitely our bodies really respond to like ends and beginnings, like the
Mhm.
cyclical nature of life. And so that's why it can be, because it is the start of a new year, it's like symbolically meaningful, but it also, we're kind of like primed for a new beginning to kind of shed the layer of the past year. We can feel more hopeful, we can feel more motivated to make some changes that we had been wanting to make. And it just kind of really like emotionally engaging in like a rebirth and entering like a new season of life.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Yeah, the cyclical nature of life, it really is. And we can, I think, tap into that with some real energy and power there. For someone feeling nervous or unsure about starting therapy, I mean, I remember my first time sitting on the couch and feeling absolutely terrified and having no idea what to say. What would you say to somebody who's feeling nervous about starting therapy to kind of help them feel more grounded or confident taking the first step come January?
Yeah, well, it's totally normal to feel nervous about it. It's especially if you've never been to therapy before. It's, an unknown experience, but I would say that, a therapist is there to help the session be what it can be, the best it can be for you. So they're going to help guide you. They're going to make you feel at ease. You are not the first person to enter their office. It's a safe, non-judgmental space. You you'll feel accepted, and it's really for you. So to think about it as you don't have to do anything, you don't have to perform, you just show up and let the space truly be for you and what you need it to be.
Absolutely. Yes. And for anyone watching, Claire and the other therapists at Etheridge Counseling Group have worked with many, many clients who they were starting therapy for the first time. So, finding a good therapist is going to remember what it felt like for them entering therapy for the first time, and is used to working with people who are coming in for the first time, sort of the newbies to therapy, as I say. And yeah, I love that you say it doesn't need to be performative. You can come in and be a mess. You can come in and talk, or feel more silent, however you feel ready to show up is the perfect way to show up. So, Claire, thank you so much for sharing this article, and I recommend to anyone who is thinking about therapy to read Claire's article over at etheridgecounseling.com. And if you're in South Carolina and wanting to work with Claire or one of our other therapists at Etheridge Counseling Group, you can schedule a free consultation and find out more about therapy and kind of talk through what you might be thinking you'd like to start working on in therapy. Or often clients don't know what they want to work on yet. They just have a feeling it could be helpful, and that's a great place to start too. So head over to etheridgecounseling.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to be up to date on new videos coming out. Thank you again so much, Claire.